What's up, guys?
You remember this guy? Well, we've stepped out of character here to do some little vlogs. Here, Power Rangers is sort of what I'm known for, so we decided to rewatch them, look at each episode, vlog it, see if it still holds up, etc., etc.
Both of us kind of grew up with Power Rangers a little bit. I think maybe you a bit more than me.
When I was a really little kid when Mighty Morphin aired. I think my first one I got really into was sort of like Lightspeed Rescue.
I really got into Time Force. I was a kid, literally, or the year Mighty Morphins came out, I was born. So for me, it was, Lightspeed Rescue was about the first time I was old enough to kind of recognize.
Mm-hmm. Lightspeed Rescue, it's what I said, right?
Oh, sorry, not Lightspeed Rescue, Time Force.
Yeah. I mean, I do remember seeing In Space, Lost Galaxy, and the Turbos on TV from time to time, but...
Yeah, they were more
young.
like they were reruns.
Well...
Because, that was the time, that was like, I want to say that was like ABC Family or whatnot. They would play reruns of...
Fox Kids,
Fox Kids. Well, I never had Fox Kids. I had ABC Family, things like that.
It was a local channel. How could you not have it?
Just... never really had... I thought I do... what was the last Power Rangers you ever watched with great frequency?
With great frequency would probably Ninja Storm, but I did peek into the new ones here and there.
The Dino Thunder was the time, I started to peter out with Ninja Storm, but then Dino Thunder came out and I was a huge dinosaur nerd. I ended up recording every episode of Dino Thunder.
Yeah.
I loved the hell out of that show.
Oh.
But immediately after, with SPD, I really didn't like SPD.
Alright. This isn't the time for that, though. Speaking of dinosaurs, though, jump cut. With this, we're gonna rewatch them. Not all at once, because that's like 100 hours, I don't know. And let's see how it holds today. So we just watched episode 1, Day of the Dumpster. So what'd you think, Joe?
Cheese. Pure 90 cheese.
That's just... Yeah, I don't know. I pretty much expected that coming in, so it didn't really bother me, but...
Over-emotional and overbearing humans.
Yep, that's what Zordon said.
Why on earth would you want that?
Why not?
Plus, there's also the whole thing. Rita's reason for attacking Earth. For shits and giggles. Come on. You were telling me in the Super Sentai that she actually has a legitimate reason, revenge, for attacking Earth. That makes sense. That'd be kind of cool.
Well, revenge is sort of a strong word. In the Sentai Bandora, her son was killed by a dinosaur, and she sort of sold her soul to Satan, became a witch, and it's a big mess. And yeah, revenge and dinosaurs, but we're not gonna compare to Sentai. It's a different show.
I know, but it shows what the show could have been.
Nah, not really. In Japan, it's pretty much a free go, but here, they are censorship non-stop. Everything is censored, the fight scenes, no hits to the head, no nunchucks, nothing lethal, and the whole...
Smiles everywhere!
Every fight, you gotta keep a smile on your face, like, hiya, oh, nice one.
Oh yeah, and very poor dubs, always doing something really odd. Come on. You're kind of going, that thing is, I sort of wish they did something, maybe they shouldn't do dubbing, That's a little odd.
It was a very low-budget show. They didn't think it'd go far, so, at first.
Yeah, right now as they're celebrating their 20th anniversary?
Mm-hmm, that's what the DVD says. But, well, we liked it. Actually, yeah, I still do like it.
It's good. I mean, it's campy as hell. Plus, in this episode, they give the reasons why they don't just take the Zords and just stomp the shit out of any villain that ever comes up. Never escalate a fight unless Rita forces you to. Bullshit. That is the most batshit insane reason. Absolutely. I mean, that's why they don't just take the Zords out and go, ha 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 ha, I am Goldar and I'm gonna... Done. Episode's done.
Yeah, Nostalgia Critic made that joke, but...
Of course, Bulk and Skull how are these two numbnuts villains?
They're bullies, not really villains.
I know they're...
Over the series, they do slowly become good guys.
I know, but in these first few episodes, I mean, Bulk is essentially, he's the mean fat kid, and all of his jokes around him falling around or getting hit with something. And Skull's his mentally deficient partner,
Well, the thing is, slapstick was pretty big in the 90s, I think.
If I would have to find a comparison for me, any of the MLP fans out there that know me, it's Snips and Snails. They're dweebs. They're dweebs who think they're bullies.
Well, if you want to say something positive, yes. Fight scenes are still a lot of fun.
And it's...
The actors,
It's funny to laugh at. We remember... Because both of us still remember watching Mighty Morphin, even if we weren't around for when it was originally aired, there were still reruns. I mean, I watch it all the time on ABC Family or... it was ABC Family. Like, it came on right after Doug.
Yeah.
I remember waking up Saturday mornings to watch, Zeo, Mighty Morphin, Turbo, In Space.
The Rangers themselves, they go, it's sort of the generic character, but they're all still really likable characters, I think. They're real martial artists, and...
Yeah, they were talking about the, 5 teenagers with attitude. These characters don't have any attitude. They're all archetypes. We have the athletic one, the token black kid, the token Asian kid. We have the cheerleader and the nerd.
Yeah, but you still love them.
I know. I'm not going to be a big, huge help until Tommy shows up. Because Tommy is the coolest Power Ranger, bar none. Another reason why Dino Thunder is the best Power Ranger season.
Well, I disagree with that, but...
Dino Thunder is the best Power Ranger season.
I watched it on Netflix not too long ago. Other than Tommy, not much to it.
Boo.
Whatever. But really, final thoughts on this episode?
A very good start. It's definitely campy and corny, and I think that's going to be something that's going to be kind of reiterated throughout this entire series. But for a start, it started it all, and I think it did it well. And it passed by really quick. I didn't expect that. With most children's television, it sometimes tends to bog down as you're kind of rolling your eyes at all of it. But for this, just kind of, between the jokes that we were able to do just on how it hasn't aged very well.
Yeah.
And, our what we expect from children's television is significantly higher than it used to be. In the 90s you could get away with a lot more than you could get away with now.
I mean, you compare the show to some of the other
ironically
shows
enough,
out at the 90s.
Ironically enough, you could get away with more or they could get away with more what they could give to kids without expectation in the 90s. Nowadays, they can actually, in the story themselves, get away with a lot more. Things with regular time, or regular show and Adventure Time, or, things like that. Could you imagine if they could do, if they did Mighty Morphin nowadays, Super Sentai's original story would probably stay intact.
Not really. They sort of did. Power Rangers Megaforce, the first episode, was really, really reminiscent to Day of the Dumpster.
Well, that's because Megaforce is supposed to be the 20th anniversary. They're reintroducing Zordon.
No, they're not.
Well,
his apprentice.
In the canon of the story.
Yeah, but we're not here to talk about Megaforce. Why don't you say something nice before she's receiving 1 million hate mails? Compared to the other superhero shows you said, out there at the time.
Honestly, I'm not quite sure about the different shows that were on at that time. I think Batman the Animated Series might have been starting up, or that was within a year or so. And that's an incredibly good show. I mean, if you haven't watched Batman the Animated Series...
What else was there? I'm not sure, really. Zoids? Was that out at the time?
Zoids? I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, as far as the actual writing goes, one mistake I'll say... Yeah, I know we said final and we're still going. They brought the Megazord too soon. That's before the stock footage gave the Megazord and they showed it to... We'll get more into that in a few episodes.
Only a dweeb like him would remember that, though.
The dweeb who watched Super Sentai. But...
For a start, it's really, really good. I mean, there are definitely some holes in its story. Things that you could go, did they seriously think this was a good idea? But at the end of the day, we're doing this primarily out of nostalgia.
It's an escape. That's what the show was. Let you escape reality. Kids do have stress, believe it or not. So, next one is called High Five. I'll see you in a week to talk about that one. Bye.
See you guys.